Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or, if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
I forgot we were doing that. I forgot this is a thing, like intro the video with like a little, pose thing. I've already messed it up. Hi, everybody.
You want to start over? You want to do it again?
Just roll it again, baby.
Do over.
Let's do over. It's all good. Hi, guys. How are y'all doing? Good to see you.
I'm great.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Good. Locklith is peace signed. Yeah, little waving peace sign.
All the love, peace, and love, and cherish each other forever.
I love it.
And ever.
Good. Forever and
Always.
ever. Amen. Well, I'm glad. Okay. Well, speaking of peace and love, can we actually start the show with something a little bit serious?
Jump right in. Can you imagine?
Yeah, that'd be unprecedented for.
Yeah, just skip housekeeping, skip everything else.
We're of course going to pin it
into the topic.
We're of course going to pin it for later. We have something more important than the topic to get to. Right here at the start of the show, want to lift up longtime friend and community member, famous Seamus, whose family is going through a very difficult time. We learned about it this morning and wanted to share that here on the show and all the Carpool Gaming shows. We wanted to lift up his family in this time. They've got a GoFundMe page set up, and there is a link in the video and podcast description now as you're listening for you to join us in donating or sharing the GoFundMe page, which has already met its goal, but all of the additional support I'm sure is very much appreciated from the family. So want to send all the love to Famous Seamus and Famous Seamus family in this time, and hit that link and share, support in any way you can is greatly appreciated.
And shout out to everyone who has already supported. We shared it this morning, and as you mentioned, the goal has been reached. It's just an unimaginable situation. Our heart goes out to the entire family, but I knew in my heart when we shared that the community would wrap our arms around this family. It's really a difficult situation. And just to see everybody with the words of love and support and encouragement and the donations to the GoFundMe and just the overall reaction, like I'm so proud of being a part of this community. It was lovely to see on a Tuesday morning, of all mornings. I had to go back to work today. I had a 4-day weekend. I had to go back to work. So I wasn't pleased with that, but I was very pleased with how this whole thing went down. So yeah, links are there to continue support. I can say, join me. I have donated. Please join me if you can. But yes, love it. Lovely. Yep.
I like to say we choose this community on a Tuesday. During all this love and friendship.
That's right. Yeah, no, it's important that we come together in times like these, and again, Famous Seamus, longtime friend and supporter of Carpool Gaming, and just want to send all the love and well wishes in the world. Hit that link, donate if you can, share if you can't. All of it helps. So awesome. Well, cool. Was there any other? Oh, you know what? Speaking of housekeeping.
No, thank you.
no, they go away.
You're not disturbed.
I mean, come on in.
Come on in. Something that we are going to not shut up about for the foreseeable future is Extra Life. Extra Life is coming, y'all. It is very soon, in less than 2 months' time. Sean Capri, you and I will touch.
We're touching
in person. and there will be that'll hopefully that's all that happens in terms of physical contact between Sean and I.
Why does that need to be? Why does that need to be?
Let's keep going.
Why does it need to be said?
Keep going.
Why do you gotta?
Because
you gotta.
You know, I was going to jump in.
There.
There's a couch. There will be a couch. We will share a couch. We will raise money for kids, of course, but also all this other stuff. Touching disclaimer. Robbie Bobby Miller was there last year. I hope Robbie Bobby. I don't want to put you on the spot, RBM. Who has a new podcast, The List. I was a guest on it. It's amazing. You should go listen to it. But yeah, we'll have a couch. We'll play Vampire Survivor together. We'll play WarioWare together, if you like.
WarioWare quit.
No, you don't. You don't do that. We're gonna lose a lot, Cliff. We're only we're 6 minutes in.
Yeah,
we need her for the rest of the show.
But that is going to be happening. Extra Life coming up, phoenixoverdrive.com. We actually, on one of our exclusive shows, patreon.com/carpoolgaming, had the great Lee Navarro join us for CPG BTS. And yeah, we had him join us and went into a lot of detail about sort of the plans for Extra Life 2023. And Carpool Gaming will be there with bells on, my friends. Can't wait.
And that's all.
Yeah, can't wait. And that's all.
And no.
That took a little too long for it to clip with you guys. Yeah.
No.
Lachlan quits.
I'm done.
Only bells.
Just bells.
Taking that whole love for Animal Crossing just a little too far. Love our bells. The bells.
We love our bells.
The money. Do you even play the game?
I do.
Extra Life, yes. More information coming soon. Prizes. We'll keep, the prizes have been announced, but Patreon exclusive. So if you want to know what we're talking about, you can go to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. We'll announce it later, but we've got some cool stuff happening. Yeah, we'll have a couch. We'll touch. We'll play games. Or raise money for kids. In that order.
In that order, and not exclusively either, and most of it at the same time. So
seriously, yeah. I'm glad you brought it up, Seth. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I want it to be here right now. I just want it to happen. I do
too. I'm I'm done waiting.
I'm done waiting. Tired of waiting.
Tired of it. Anyways,
we have 2 full months.
So that's 8 weeks for us to be talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's less because we were even talking about. I mean, all these details we'll get into in more detail if you like. As we get closer, but we're gonna be hanging out, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yep. And people will regret not being there. That's the thing. It's in Rome. People, I guess, I don't know if we've said this.
In Rome.
We've been talking about it. We kind of know the deal. People can come. People should join us. That's the whole thing. If you're able to, upstate New York is very easy accessible via Amtrak, as I've learned. I really like the Amtrak, that their rail transit that you all have.
What's the deal with that Amtrak?
United States. It's good stuff. So people should come and let us know if you're interested. Because it's a good time and it's a big deal. And we're not shutting up about it. Don't care what you got to say.
You're gonna get sick of hearing us talk about it.
So you might as well just sign up.
Just buckle up. Go ahead and sign up. It's not phoenixoverdrive.com will be the place to go for it. There is a Teams page already for Extra Life, but I don't know. I think you can go ahead and sign up now. Is that right?
Yeah, you can go to extra-life.org and join the Phoenix Overdrive Extra Life team. We're finishing up a couple of details for our page, and just a little tease right now, just preparing people, just a little tease, little taste, and then next week more details, and then the following week,
I love it,
potentially repeating details, but also possibly additional details,
but still details,
definitely details.
There'll still be a lot of details.
Lachlan will not be joining us ever again.
Help me, please.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, well, with all of that being said, is that all the housekeeping? Do we have any other matters of housekeeping?
I would like to say thank you to Charles McGregor, Bowsah, Hambone, my parents, Todd Oxtra, Josh Stapleton, Savoy Prime, Ryan, Craig, Mathman1024, Mike BC, Court Lalondelay, and
Courtney.
Victor Lucas and
yeah, I saw that.
Seamus Mullins. These are people who have supported my half marathon that I'm doing this weekend. Is coming up on Sunday. 21 kilometers. I think it's 13 miles, but who even knows? Yeah, but in all seriousness, it's a half marathon that I am doing in support of mental health and suicide prevention in memory of my dear friend, Justin Ching, who passed away in 2019 from suicide. It's an absolute tragedy. And we've got to do whatever we can to prevent this from happening to anybody else. That's why I do it. And thank you to everybody who donated. I know I do a lot of fundraising. I know we ask a lot of people who listen to this stuff and are part of this community to support 1,000 different things. But these people continue to show up. And I just want to let you know that I will be talking about you this weekend with Justin's parents and how meaningful it is that you all support this. And it's just, what else can we possibly do to show our love and support to them? An unimaginable situation for them to lose a son, an adult son, in just a terrible, terrible way. So thank you, everybody, for supporting this. I know I talk about running all the time. That doesn't make this run any easier. Star Athena, I will post it's actually my pinned. The best way to do it is it's in my pinned tweet on X.com.
Yeah, on good old X.
So thank you for everybody for supporting. Like I said, I know we ask a lot of this community. I am mindful of that every time that we post or ask any of this stuff. Almost there. We're almost at the end. But this one's very meaningful. And being the top fundraiser for this team is very meaningful as well. And yeah, everybody just coming together. Very good. I'm kind of out of words, out of sorts a little bit, but it's very cool.
I love it.
Thank you guys.
I love that, man. Absolutely. Cool. Well, yeah, we'll get that link together as well, so that you can support that. Best of luck on the run, Sean.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a funny thing because it's I mean, the thing itself is certainly not funny.
Yeah.
But I just did a marathon, so I feel like people are tired of me doing the run thing.
Did you get better socks?
I've not gotten better socks. You know what?
I think
I'm gonna make it harder.
some socks, right?
The socks make it. Let's just make this as hard as possible. This is not meant to be a good time. I'm meant to challenge myself. I must
have blisters.
Yes. Without the blisters, like what are we really doing? But I will continue to push myself on that front. Justin was a very fit individual. Did triathlons. And so he inspires people even to this day. So I think about him often. I know he's guiding many of us. We miss him. So thanks everybody for being with me and being with the family for that. So probably be talking about that on the post show next week. So look forward to more running. Hooray.
Yes. More running.
Yes.
More. Well, it's a huge part of your life, dude. You know,
as it turns out.
As it turns out. Okay. Well, in terms of who wants to start us off this week, Lockleth, do you want to talk about some video games?
I'm going to talk about something non-Nintendo related. Bear with me, people. Because when do we actually talk about Nintendo on the show?
Definitely not rarely.
I've been playing, as y'all know, Bald Guy's Gate 3, or as you know, people like to say it, Baldur's Gate, I guess is how you're supposed to say, but Bald Guy's Gate 3.
Bald Guy's Gate.
Yeah, Bald Guy's Gate. Been playing it with the husband. We've been playing co-op since it came out on PS5. And we played probably for a total of 3 hours.
Nice.
Several little sessions.
Okay.
And we started our characters over tonight.
Yes.
Because our builds suck. We've learned some things since starting. Like, it took us 3 hours and watching.
You didn't have Drellesh.
And then watching like tip videos, like what's the best, like what does 12 plus points mean, like what kind of all those types of things.
You're learning D&D.
I'm learning D&D.
Yeah.
We watched like a top 10 tips video, and we just sort of looked at each other and we're like, you want to start over? And I was like, yes.
Nice.
So we started over. My character looks basically the same. I remembered to take a screenshot of my character, so I'll share it in the Discord this week of my character, my main, and then you're supposed to pick a guardian and make them 2. So I took photos of both of those, and I will share them in Discord. But we started all the way. We're back on the ship, Sean. We're back on the ship.
The ship is hard as balls, man.
The very first scene where you're on the ship, we're right back where we started.
The hardest tutorial in video games. Oh my gosh.
Is it that bad?
I mean, there's different ways that you can solve the conflict, but
sure.
Yeah, if you want to win, I couldn't do it.
I will say, I don't know. Is this spoilery? Probably not. It doesn't matter. I mean, everyone's playing it.
The first 10 minutes.
It's like the first 10 minutes. So like you're on the ship and there's these like little brain creatures, like they're brains that can talk and they have feet. I don't know what they're called. Yeah. Did you say elephants?
Illithids. Elephant Marios?
Yeah. That's what I thought.
They're running around in there?
That's where my brain went. But they're like little brains and like there's one that like runs around. Well, I found one and I befriended it. So he's like helping us battle to get off the ship this time versus my first go around. I never came across this little brain guy, like to pull him out of the body, to make him your friend. Like you have to pull him out of this man who is speaking on their behalf.
Let's go.
And like you could choose to kill it or bring it with you. And I was like, come on, come with.
Go for a ride.
I rolled. I won. He's on my team. He's helping us get through.
That's awesome.
He's helping us get through the little ship thing. Get to the helm with my little brain pal.
I might have to
I'm a pigeon brain, but now I have a whole nother brain to help me get through it.
Oh my gosh. I love that you're playing this. That's awesome.
I do too. Yeah, I love that you're playing it. What class are you guys playing?
I am a drow.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But because of course, and then a druid.
I was gonna guess druid.
Mm-hmm.
I could have guessed
because
druid.
You can speak to aminals.
Yes.
I want to speak to aminals.
Just a bunch of woodland creatures coming out of nowhere.
I'm like, come here. That's why I was able to befriend the brain. I'm sure that probably helped me. But anyways.
Now you got to watch the movie. That movie was great, by the way.
Indeed. I was debating watching the movie when it first came out, but I was like, but I love like Prime. Fantasy. I just like fantasy films anyway, so I figured I'd like it.
So fun. It's like a fantasy. It's like almost. Have you ever seen the Edgar Wright movies like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz? Mm-hmm. It's like if he made a D&D movie, basically, is what it is.
Good pitch.
Like,
nice. Yeah.
It's so fun. Like it just understands the goofiness of D&D. I love it. It's great. So, yeah.
Maybe we'll play some D&D at Extra Life.
Oh, Sean.
Some more details just coming. I can't even help myself. Just details.
The details are spilling out over there.
No purchase necessary. Just getting details.
Getting some details all over the place. Okay. Well, you've been playing that Bald Guy's Gate.
Yes.
What else have you been up to, my friend?
The other thing, and I'll only speak on it shortly, is I put a little teaser island tour video. It was like a 1.5 minute video that I put out today because I finished another Animal Crossing island, and it comes out probably that island tour will be out next week.
Let's go.
So that's 2 islands in 2 months that I've finished relatively close together, which is rare. It usually takes me months in between each, and then I'll be resetting probably later this weekend, next week, because I've got like a whole new thing planned for the next island. It's not going to be your typical what I've done before. So I'm excited. So I have to start in September to roll out those videos in October. That's how much planning I have to do.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So I had to finish that island like quick.
Intense.
Yes. Animal Crossing isn't dead, y'all.
I was going to say.
I know you saw the Switch lights. That's not dead.
Yeah, those Switch lights. Yeah, Nintendo won't let it die, man.
Mm-hmm. No updates, but fancy Switch lights. Why not? Yeah. But forget the updates. We've got all these extra, Switch lights over here in the same colors that we've always had them in. Let's add a print on the back and a leaf on the front and call it done.
I kind of want it.
That's my spiel.
I kind of want it.
I know I want it too, Sean.
I kind of want one. Yeah,
I want one too.
Thank you for not forgetting about the Switch Lite, Nintendo. I appreciate it.
Like I already have it in teal, but I want it in teal with the leaves on the back. That's what I want.
Just keep smacking it.
Just give it to me.
At least that way, if you break it, you can justify buying a new one.
Yeah, if you smack it Sean's excuse.
Yeah, my Joy-Cons are busted. And no, internet, I won't break open my Switch Lite and fix it.
You're getting actually a lot. I saw that.
I'm getting lit up in the comments on that short, man. It's like, well, actually, it's a simple repair.
Yeah, did you know that you can very easily actually open that thing up? Just make fun of everybody. Just
Under shorts and leaving a comment below.
Everyone's like stating the obvious option besides just getting a new one. I mean, it's
yeah. The point
it's not that it's easy though.
I don't think it is, but really the point I'm getting at is like just looking for any old excuse to buy a new Switch Lite. That's the point.
It's your money.
That's the point. Yeah.
Well, and that was kind of like the joke too of that short. So like, people are coming in being like, well, you could do this and that. And it's like, well, okay, that's not, point,
correct.
Swish.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Thank you, Star Athena, for donating mid-stream here. Thank you, Star Athena. Appreciate you. Yay. All right. This is where I get oddly competitive. It's for a beautiful cause and we're supporting the family, but that person is just even further in second place. She has no chance of catching me. Not a chance. So
let's go. Let's go.
Does she have any way to listen to this, that second place person? Okay, well, good.
No. Look, it's better than throwing shade at my daughter this week, all right? So steps, just baby steps.
You could have just left that in the past.
I know. Leave it to last week, Sean.
I feel guilty about it.
Because now, last week's episode might have gone blissfully unnoticed, but then someday in the future, it's like Nintendo Drive episode 121. What were they talking about in this one? This seems cool. And then it's like last week I was bad-mouthing my daughter. Well, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, well.
Sean, what have you been playing, my friend?
My Switch Lite, you guys. Switch Lite is the one I just wanted to give a shout out. We kind of already did, but I just think that this Switch Lite, these knees. I think it's great. I'm taking the bus again, so I've got it with me. But I know that you all have been wondering about one game in particular.
Yeah.
I think this is the last time.
Are we done? Is this the last
story of the last story? I am at the final boss. It's a 3-stage final boss, and I'm not going to complete it. And I think that that's my final FU to this stupid-ass game.
You don't want to have a satisfaction? You're that close, though.
Can I be honest with you? I'm talking a big game right now. The Wii U is still on because I have not shut it off, even before I started playing Starfield.
So you're debating it still. You're going to do it. Come on, you're so close.
I've tried it, I think 3 or 4 times. It's a half an hour at an attempt, and things get really hectic, and it's not built like the controls don't handle hectic. Okay, just like my dude just starts running up a cube in the middle of nowhere, and people don't I got this party. Nobody's taking care of themselves. They just keep getting smacked with this death spell, and it kind of sucks. And it's like,
but people believe in you, Sean. Look,
I know I do feel like I'm getting defeated by the game. I wish my final FU to the game was more on my terms. You know what I mean? But man, Starfield is here, and Awesome Day says I have faith in you. I don't know, man.
I can't decide if you like the game or not.
The game is stupid. The game. Remember last week I said there's a betrayal, and I saw it coming a mile away.
You didn't even have time to tell us about it because it happened so quickly.
Spoilers, not spoilers. I won't say who did it, but you see it coming a mile away. The characters get betrayed by him again.
Oh,
they don't learn from the first time, and then he becomes like this big bad in the end, and they're like, "Huh? How could you?" And you're like, "What do you mean? It's obvious." Like, oh god, it's so lame. This game is lame.
The lame story is what it should be called.
The lame story. It's not good. Look, I get it's the Wii. It was 2012. What am I even doing with my life choices right now? But I'm just not pleased with this one. So I feel like I'm letting people down though. Honestly, I thought I'd have a little bit more support with a big FU to this game, and I'm regretting my choices. So
Rybo doesn't have faith in you. Yawn32 says, "Fool me once."
Exactly. Yeah, apparently. Fool me again. Second time.
I think you could do it. I want
to move on. I want to play something else. I want to play.
Live your life, Sean. If you want to just play StarCraft, just go play StarCraft.
I would like to play StarCraft. Or just jump on stream and go to wikipedia.com and learn about star systems. And
oh my God. Every time I entered the stream this weekend, that's what you were doing instead of playing Starfield.
Kara Bland like quizzing you on the periodic table.
Yeah, that's true. That is happening. It's like, what's F?
What's copper? C. No, it's CU.
CU. Damn it.
So good.
Fluorine,
I loved it.
fluoride. Fluorine. It's fluorine. Nailed it. Yes. Got it. Starfield is very fun. Going to be talking about that on the Xbox Drive.
Yep. If you want to learn science and space, watch the Carpool Gaming Live on Twitch.
Tell me,
that's all that Sean does now.
So good.
He'll take like hours break in between, but then he'll be like, "We're back."
We're back, right in the game. The game like takes me to a new mission or to a new star system. You see this new sun and all the planets are. I'm like, ooh, look at the color of that thing. Let me learn about that. What kind of classification is this? Yes, let's go to wikipedia.com. Oh man, good times, you guys. Good times from that God Howard over on Starfield. But anyways, the last story. So let's keep it Nintendo focused at the very least. Let's keep it Nintendo Wii focused. I'm feeling like you guys are talking me out of kicking this thing to the curb. Maybe I should do it.
John, it's up to you. We believe in you if you want to finish, but if you don't want to finish,
we're tired of your BS. Just do whatever you're gonna do and just shut up about it.
Just do what you're gonna do. Move on.
Whether you finish it or you abandon it, I don't want to hear about it next week. How about that?
Regardless,
if I play it, you're gonna hear about it.
Well,
like,
then
that's
stop playing it. Dang it! Quit. I don't believe in you, Sean. That's enough. You won't beat him.
Probably not. He's got 3 stages. How am I supposed to beat that?
Well, now Sean's just gonna do it out of spite. At this point.
Probably will. Yeah. And you know what else happens sometimes?
Do it that way.
Sometimes if you just like sleep on it, you beat it the first time you get back to it.
Exactly.
Your brain keeps working it as you sleep.
I guess, but I was kept up all night with the nightmares of not doing enough side quests, not writing down enough information about the side quests, and going to get eggs and coconuts for people. The bread, the bags of sugar.
Why does she drink so much?
The bags of sugar.
Why does she drink so much?
I'm worried about her.
Betrayed again.
They didn't see it coming.
Is there going to be a third?
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I'm sure people should let me know in the comments below. Are you tired of me talking about the last story? Because if you are, you guide my decisions here. But I do have good games that I could be getting to. Mario Wonder is coming soon enough, but honestly, like that's the thing. If it's not the last story, it's something in a backlog is kind of where I'm at. And if we didn't have such a great topic to talk about tonight, I was thinking about doing some sort of tournament bracket for what's next. Maybe that's post show.
I want to do one soon.
Maybe
I thought about that the other day.
Maybe
but I need a Switch game. I need an on the go game. I will be playing Starfield here at my personal computer. But I'm taking the bus. It's 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. I got like an hour and a half per day Switch time. This is Breath of the Wild kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'll save it for a physical later. But maybe I'll just describe the physical here because I just thought of it anyways. I bought a strategy guide for Tears of the Kingdom, and it's gorgeous.
The game that you have yet to go back to.
I need to study. I need to get my highlighter.
I can't even say anything, Sean. Like I got the Breath of the Wild complete edition. Like after I finished, I haven't finished the game, but I finished playing it because Tears of the Kingdom came out. So I'm in the same boat. I can't say anything.
Wouldn't that be the comeback story of the year, though?
That would be. Yeah,
just
if all of a sudden...
last story for a little bit, and then guys, let me tell you about this game I discovered called
Tears
The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm 100 hours deep into this thing, man.
I didn't slap into the land.
I built a rocket ship, and we're flying off to space.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Yon32 mentioned Sea of Stars in the chat, which is the only thing I've been playing, to be honest. Not and that, I like the game, but that isn't me saying I just can't stop. I'm probably 12 hours into the game. I just haven't had that much gaming time over the past week or so, but the bit of time that I have spent has been with Sea of Stars. Still like it, still good. I don't really have anything further to report on Sea of Stars. No crazy stories or anything, and anything that I could share would be a spoiler for a recently released game and not a 2012 Wii game. So,
and I'm even dancing around spoilers.
Yeah,
I'm not giving you character names or anything like that. Sea of Stars will be on Xbox for me. It's on Game Pass.
Yeah,
so
Game Pass.
I can't really justify. Although, like, maybe I'd be able to play it on Switch because I'd have it with me, but I can't justify. that.
And like I feel like anytime I say anything negative about the game, I just get booed off the internet. We love it, shut up. And I really like it a lot, but I don't even think it's one of the best JRPGs on Switch. Like, it's really good, but like the Switch, I'm like, this is not Xenoblade 3. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that. It's really good, and I think the things that are great about the game are the presentation, like the pixel art, the music, like that is like top tier, best in class. But like the characters are pretty simple and like one dimensional to me. The story is like fine, from what I've seen so far. Like I don't think it's like game of the year or anything.
How much was the game?
I think it's $24.99 or $29.99.
Would you say it's worth the price of what it's set for?
I
mean, would you like get it on sale if you were buying it? No,
I think it's worth it because it's $34.99. So, I mean, that's a premium price, for an indie game. I mean, look, the game from what I have heard is like 30-ish hours long. And again, I do like it. Actually, the combat system is really good too. But like I like it a lot, but to me, it's not like 10 out of 10, 97 or like 94 or whatever it was on OpenCritic for a while. Like, to me, it's not quite that. But it's still very good.
I feel like you not like saying so many nice things about it is telling enough for me that I think I'm just gonna wait. But because I know you.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Like I like it a lot, but it's like not, changing my life or anything like that. If
it doesn't change your life, Seth, I don't want it. Okay.
And I do think that in another year, it would have stood out more to me, to be honest, because like this year has just been so incredible. Yeah, like compared to stuff like that, it is kind of difficult to, it's not like a waste of time or money. Like I really like it, and I like what they're doing. I like the world and stuff like that, but I just don't think it's like this best in class, like people are throwing around the new Chrono Trigger, and I just don't think it's that. You know what I mean? Like I just don't think it's like that level. But that doesn't mean it's trash.
Chrono Trigger was a long time ago. There's not many of us left who played it.
It's true.
There's not many of us around. It was many generations ago.
It's true. Yeah, I think this is, and in fact, Chrono Trigger, the game reminds me much more of like Golden Sun and like Mario and Luigi, way more than it does Chrono Trigger, to be honest with you. Like it has a couple of things that remind me of Chrono Trigger, but to me it's much more of a send up of like, Mario and Luigi and Golden Sun and stuff. So I don't know. I like it a lot.
Well, it sounds like you hate it.
Yeah, but I'll clearly, hate it. So
I'm joking.
I know, but that's.
Just want to be clear.
That's how the internet is, though. You say anything negative about the game they love, and all of a sudden. So, anyways,
put it in a compliment sandwich next time.
Yeah, and like the thing about it too is like I feel like the most interesting discourse to have about the game actually is criticism. Yeah, the compliment sandwich. Yeah,
tasty.
Because like the stuff that like you can say I think positively about the game are kind of just like yeah, it's really pretty. Yeah, the soundtrack's really good. I think the battle system's cool.
Heard about this mini game. Garrett Bland's talking about this mini game.
Is good. There's a mini game called I think it's called Wheels. That's really fun.
Wheels.
So Wheels. It's a good little mini game, and there are many things about it that are great, but I don't think it's like that old like saying like greater than the sum of its parts or whatever.
I don't understand what that means at all.
It means like the like the It depends on, I guess, what you're looking for from a game. Like if you're somebody who, like if you are just there for like the presentation of it, you're going to have a great time. I could recommend it to a lot of people. But if you're somebody who's looking for a little more substance, like a Xenoblade level of like storytelling and stuff in a JRPG, that's just not what this is. So
Quagmire.
Anyways.
Sorry.
Yeah. So anyways.
Quagmires need not apply. Stick to Xenoblade.
That's just where I'm at. Oh. All right. Well,
I hope you find something that brings you tremendous joy.
It does bring me joy. I do like it, but it's not tremendous joy to that point. Yeah.
Mario Wonder will come, and
Mario Wonder looks so good.
Well,
did you watch the full like trailer thing now, Sean?
No,
the full direct.
I think I got 3/4 of the way through, and I've fallen off because what I really wanted to do, I just didn't get around to it. I wanted to react. I still might do this, you guys. I want to react to Seth reacting to the direct. Like I want to have Seth in one corner and then like have me, I don't know, somehow obviously we're so it's not doesn't look like we're doing it together. I want to have like me like watching it on like a TV or
you just put like the YouTube screen or something like that. Yeah.
I want to react to you because I did watch it just directly from Nintendo for the first couple minutes. I'm like, wait a minute, Seth reacted to this. I want to know what he's thinking because I'm blown away so far. And so I jumped over to yours over on All Ends YouTube channel. And dude, it's so pure and joyous and it's just great. You did, I mean, obviously, but it just comes from your heart. You're not performing like there's no like, oh my gosh, and like you're not running around the room or anything like that. But it's just unadult, just love for Super Mario and like it was what the heck was it? It was one of the power-ups. I was like, man, they really hit it out of the park with this. And then I wanted to like experience that with someone else. And that's when I found myself jumping over to your reaction. So yeah, man, it looks great. It actually looks so good. Man, I kind of want to like have it on the corner here. Just to
I will say, I always go to, if Seth reacts to it on All In, I always watch that instead of watching the official thing. Because
definitely,
Seth, you know a lot of the stuff. So like if like some like tease comes up or you like know something about like, especially if it's indie related, if you know something about the devs, they've been on the show, something like interesting, you'll mention it. And so I like watching yours more. So like obviously for Mario Wonder, I watched like when you watched it all the way through the first time, I watched all of that. And I know you watched it like again, because at the end you're like, I got to watch it over again. I was like, okay, well, I've seen it. I've seen what I need to see.
Because there was like, the direct was like 15 minutes or whatever. Yeah. And then like we spent another like 35 minutes just going by like frame by frame almost.
I figured y'all would. And like, and I'm sure I'll rewatch that second half, but I just wanted to get the bits of the beginning.
The video is an hour and 11 minutes for a 15-minute direct.
You know, that's what I do. Yeah. Well, guilty as charged. Well, that's very sweet of you guys. I appreciate that. I'm very excited for Mario Wonder. I can't wait. Cannot wait. Actually, Mario Wonder is a good segue into this thing that I wanted to make sure that we mention. Oh, there I am. There I am. There
the
on
Yoshi, the Mario, what is it? Elephant Mario.
Oh, here's the online play. This is the part I didn't see.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh yeah. The part you were unaware of.
So, like, actually, maybe this is as news-ish as we get on this show. Like, what are we looking at here? What is this online thing? You can't pick. I can't pick you up and throw you, and so people are mad about this.
People are mad about this, and in fact, so it's live player shadows, which is an interesting combination of words. Live player shadows, kind of like in Super Mario. You remember when I was playing Mario Run, I thought I was playing with you, Sean. Yeah, that's kind of what's happening here. You can make a lobby of up to 12 people, and then in that lobby, up to 4 people can go into a single stage together and do kind of online co-op. Like you aren't interacting with each other. You can set down these standees like you're seeing on the screen now. If somebody dies, they can kind of float their ghost over to the standee and revive themselves. 144 of them to collect. So, but it's not like you're not picking up each other and throwing each other. And in fact, even they confirmed, because Nintendo Live happened just a couple days ago, people got to play it there. And they confirmed that over, even in local co-op, you're not interacting with each other. So like, it basically is like you're playing co-op with each other. because all the same functionality effectively is there. With the exception of, I guess, Yoshi, because if somebody else is playing as Yoshi, you can like jump on their back. But what you're seeing here on screen is like, yeah, they're playing the stage together, just with ghosts. You can host races with your friends, which is really cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So I can't wait for that. I can't wait to do like,
Runbow style kind of races.
Totally. Yes.
Yeah.
Doing like little races with your friends online, which is really cool. I'm excited to do stuff like that. But I mean, effectively, from what it looks like, we'll have to do science and put this to the test when the game comes out. But I mean, I think you can, in essence, play through this whole game together, just like this. It looks like. So
can we? Okay, there's a part where they zoom in on Mario, and it was one of the earlier shots, but like it looks good. Like the art, I don't know what it is. It looks different. Like there's some sort of like shadowing happening. I don't know. I guess I didn't realize that when I watched it the other day. Probably because I was watching it on my phone. I need to watch it on the big TV. But like it looks, oh yeah, this ultra thin computer, not lovely.
Come on, ads.
It looks
too cheap for premium.
It looks nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks a little different.
Looks great. They're almost like a claymation quality to it.
Yeah.
So yeah. I love it.
Buy you some Purina at the end of the show.
I'm getting 3 ads in a row. Come on,
getting
YouTube.
throttled over there by
over here. Holy
ads,
cow!
Man. Yeah, the game looks great though. I can't wait. It's going to be fun to play that. Do some community stuff when the game comes out. Super.
Got to figure things out with the guys over at the PlayStation Drive because it's the same day as Spider-Man. So it's going to be a big day for Carpool Gaming. I'm just putting it out there. Got to play all the video games. So, man, this direct though, like, it was like the day after we recorded last week or 2 days after, something like that. So it does seem like maybe we're talking about week-old news, but whatever. Don't care.
Who cares?
This thing was 15 minutes of pure joy. We're going to the Flower Kingdom.
Flower Kingdom.
What in the world? And I also saw things that the team was given like no deadline. Just go make up stuff. Just go dream up a bunch of stuff, and like whatever you come up with, we can't wait to see it. And this is what that game is.
And even though the flower didn't talk to Mario for a full minute, there was a lot of flower talk.
and there was some flower elephant talk. Amiibo, but goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Elephant Peach, actually, I was not mad about. Actually.
They all turn into elephant. They all have elephant mode.
Yeah, Toad, elephant Toad made me laugh too.
Elephant Toad's a little terrifying.
Really? I thought it was funny.
Yeah, the game looks amazing. I can't wait. It's just crazy. Like this year has just been so insane, man. Like the amount of just like high quality games that we have gotten this year is out of control. Look at these enemies. That's the thing. I'm so excited for all these new enemies. There are probably like 20 new enemies that we've seen in this game. They're all incredible.
The little flower said boing when he jumped.
Yep, I love it.
Like,
those little
that
flowers.
Would be me if I was in Mario World. That would be me as a little flower going like, look at him go. Yeah,
look.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Nintendo Power artwork in motion.
Yes,
is what the game looks like.
And I like that. What's the character with the bag? What's his name?
Nabbit.
Yeah.
It's like a character you could play as, and I guess Yoshi in a way too. That if you're not as good at the game or whatever,
mellow mode built in.
Yeah, basically, built in. Look at these things. These hoppy cats.
I like the ones that like swallow you, whatever they're called.
The watermelon piranha plant, makes perfect sense. Yeah, those big, those mamas, the big old mouths. I love this stuff, man. This game's like new thwomps basically, or conks, mumsies that you unravel. There's so much creativity here.
Mamas, those
there
things.
they are.
Yeah, I feel like. To me, what this direct did, and you know what? I'm going to say it so that if people disagree, feed that algorithm down below in the comments. This completely discarded throughout. If anybody thought this game was basically new Super Mario Bros., it's not. It's not even close. It's way beyond. New Super Mario Bros. It's way different. It's got so much more character and life, and I just want to watch this 15 minutes over and over and over again. It's so wacky. Mario is yeeting these Goombas with his trunk.
Yep.
I'm here for it. It's so great.
I'm just the vibrancy and the creativity of everything here is it's really wonderful, man. I can't wait to play this.
Wonder.
And Wonder. That's right. And yeah, like the dev team, like you can see, Nintendo.
Oh, why is that creepy? Sorry.
Just the dead eyes. They really.
He always has beady eyes.
There are not many video game companies that can afford to allow their development team to marinate and just take all the time they want on making, like, here's unlimited time and unlimited money to make your video game. Not everybody can afford to do that, but Nintendo can, and so they are. Mm-hmm. And that's really good to see. Yeah. You don't often get that.
Yeah. Suck it, Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, imagine if Pokemon was allowed to do this, right? And of course, there's all these reasons why they can't or whatever. But like, this is the kind of stuff. It's like, this is the kind of creativity that is bred by that level of freedom. So, I love it, man. I can't wait. It's going to be a special game. Mm-hmm. Cannot wait.
So I know we're talking about this like 2 weeks late, but yeah, I just thought that's interesting.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. It's gonna be tough when we get to like Game of the Year conversations, man. It's gonna be a hard one for me. I did have a little thing in here. Speaking of Nintendo Live, where this game was playable, our good friend TPR Trevor, if you like,
What's up,
Trevor sent in something actually because Trevor was there on the scene, live at Nintendo Live, so to speak, and Trevor wanted to send in some thoughts to the Nintendo Drive that I would like to quickly read off here as somebody who actually got a chance. Trevor says, Nintendo Live was fantastic. Getting the bad out of the way first, the line to get into the event was a long wait, but once you got in, you're in. The merch line was also quite long. Now, the good, free stuff. I got a free Nintendo Live bag, pins, a cool Nintendo Live coin, a puzzle book, an event map. You can pin it. You can literally pin it. Those goodies were so fun to be greeted with when you walked in. Also, attending the event was a random raffle, and entrance to the entire event itself was free. Awesome. So many different types of gaming kiosks. There was Animal Crossing, Pikmin 4, Pokemon, Kirby, Zelda, classic games, but most important of all, Mario Wonder. The line to play a demo of Mario Wonder was so short, super easy to get in. The staff were knowledgeable and helpful. The game is great, and I can't wait to pick it up. And there was a Mario Elephant keychain we got after playing.
That's
no
cool.
way. That's so cool.
So
that's cool.
Trevor was very sweet. He knew that I was upset that I wasn't able to go, and he did get me a Mario Elephant keychain.
Aww, nice.
And has sent it over to me. It was very, very sweet of him. Hasn't come in yet, but he sent that out, and that was very kind of him. Various photo ops all around the event, warp pipes, posing with Link, an old 1980s living room set with an NES, king-size Lego Bowser, and the list goes on. There were also Smash and Mario Kart tournaments, great to watch, and there were life-size displays of different items from Smash. So cool to see Fox's laser, Shulk's Monado, or Bayonetta's jewelry at scale. Most impressive of all was the concerts. I wasn't able to attend the Zelda one, but I heard it from the waiting area and it sounded fantastic. Luckily, I got to attend the Mario Big Band. It was easily the best part of Nintendo Live. It was really an improv jazz concert, as much as it was paying homage to the Mario games. So great. There's so much floor space and it wasn't overcrowded. Lines moved efficiently. Nintendo misses on a lot of things, but this event was not one of them. Easily the best gaming convention / mass gathering I've been to.
Listen, I've seen the photos, especially the Animal Crossing, like a giant Isabelle, Tom Nook, and KK Slider walking around that you could take pictures with. I'm jealous that I didn't go.
Yeah.
I'm jealous I didn't go.
Me too.
And then they had a whole booth, I believe, for Fae Farm as well.
Fae Farm.
Whole thing.
Man, that game's gonna be good. That game
comes out this Friday, y'all.
Yeah,
this Friday.
People are excited.
I will be playing it this Friday.
Yes, people are hyped. But
by the
Mario
way,
Wonder,
TPR with the write-up, dude.
Yeah.
The full article.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Love
with
it.
like
Thanks,
the professional. I felt like I was reading like like when you read like a write up from a newspaper, like a local newspaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I laughed,
Check your
I
fingers.
cried.
You might have
like,
that carbon paper kind of maybe it rubbed off on your hands.
rubbed off a little bit. Yeah, turn to the Sunday funnies and see, get some of that.
TPR himself has no idea what we're talking about because
No.
we're so old.
Yeah,
He's a baby.
What's a newspaper? He's
TPR himself, a young wee baby, but still,
But they let him in.
They let him in anyways. And it was like the old 1980s living room set line was pretty funny to me. It's like, oh, so you mean like my childhood is what you're referring to.
I heard the way it came off. I thought he said 1800s, but with an
1800s.
NES, I think
Yeah,
feels like that long ago.
Yeah, so it looked really cool. I wish I could have gone. It looked awesome, but like, the fact that they had playable Mario Wonder there is what I was really. I was like, oh man, people are playing it. They're playing it. So, but
It's okay.
we're getting close.
We'll go in fresh.
We are. We'll go in fresh. We'll. You know what? I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Do we want to talk about the Nintendo Cinematic Universe now?
Sure.
Or do we want to? Yeah. Okay.
Do we have anything else? Do you want to?
We got
We
a
have
few
other
like random
questions.
questions.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
keep pin it. Keep people waiting.
Pin it.
Yeah.
All right. Pin it.
So if Hoppel just put a timestamp in here, it's like, no, they tricked me.
Gotcha, Hoppel. Psych.
Well, I'll read off Fulia's question, which is kind of quick. With all the amazing Nintendo merch out there, I've not yet seen any pop vinyls. What Nintendo characters would you like to see get the Funko treatment?
Oh man,
Are y'all fans of Funko Pops?
I
Are y'all
am.
Funko?
we
Okay.
have a couple.
We have some. We used to have more. I got rid of actually a lot before we moved. But yeah, I still have some favorites like a Death Eater. What else do I have? Is that it?
Like
that
Harry
anime?
Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Harry Potter, Death Eater.
Yeah.
that must have been after the fourth movie. Then
Yeah, I guess they're really prominent in 5 in order. Of
Yeah, in
Phoenix.
5. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think I made it through Goblet of Fire. Is that 4?
Yes.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was it. That was it for me.
Sean.
I'm
Prisoner
sorry.
of Azkaban's the best one. So you saw the best
That's
one.
3. Yeah.
So yeah.
I like the third. Okay, anyways. We're not
Did you put your name in the Goblet of
we're
Fire?
Yeah. Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Which is it's so funny because the text is like Dumbledore asked
He's like-
calmly, but then in the movie he like runs
He's
up.
like-
Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
He's like Jesus in the temple, flipping tables and shit. Like
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
Dumbledore asked calmly.
He did not ask calmly.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well,
You guys
Funko
were on another
Pops.
level, man.
We were speaking a different language.
Pop vinyls.
yes.
Kirby. I would love a Kirby, of course.
Yeah.
I think it would be cute, like Mario, like Luigi, little. I don't know, little
The
pop
beady-eyed.
figures because they're already kind of like they're shorter.
They're squat.
They're squat. They're built. I want to see a
Mhm.
built Luigi. You
different.
know what? I want specifically the Luigi gif of when he's like ripped in a pop.
Oh my
In a
god.
pop
Oh,
figure.
the black and white one.
Yeah, the one that
yeah,
Nagachaka uses all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That'd be a good one.
Mhm.
Nintendo just won't allow that though, is the thing.
No,
like
I
they're
know.
not yeah.
I could see it. It'd make so much money.
I could see for the movie. I could see them doing it for the Mario movie specifically.
Yeah. Wario. I'd like to see a Wario just with and Waluigi, I guess you probably have to at that point.
Yeah.
But just for the mustache, I think the mustache would be good. It's weird because like when I think of Funko Pops, they all look the same, but they really don't.
Mm-mm.
Like how did
Mhm.
they do that? You know, like they
Mm.
seem they all follow the same kind of design guidelines, but they're still
Yeah.
you know, you can still point out that's that. I see what you're doing there.
And I want Animal Crossing. So like I want like
Mm.
Flick as a
Mhm.
Funko Pop.
Al.
Yeah, Al's a Funko Pop.
Gotta have Al.
No.
Yeah, it's the dead eyes for me. Like it's those just like black soulless eyes in a Funko Pop.
It's the butt cheeks for me. What are you talking about? All the gorilla villagers have like
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You lost me. I was like on Funko Pops.
No,
They got,
an
like,
owl.
That's what I was thinking.
I was like, they got like highly detailed butt cheeks on Funko Pops.
Yeah,
Okay, they're different. They're different from when I was looking at them. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Kirby's a good one.
The Bobby Funko Pop.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. If we can get that locked in, that'd be good. I'll sell out. Let's do it. Bobby Funko Pop. I love it. Okay.
I feel like why wouldn't we just say like all of them? You know, like why wouldn't you? You know?
Yeah.
It's a
why
tough.
not?
It's yeah. I want a Seth Funko Pop.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Think about that for an extra second.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It wouldn't be too far off from like the Hagrid one.
That's true. Just get one of those and put a beanie on it, and you're pretty much there. Yeah.
Just the long hair beard thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You could make a custom one. Like if you just put a little plastic, beanie on it. That'd pretty much be it.
I'll buy one and I'll just put clay on it and remodel it. I'll send
You're
it to
wizard,
Sean.
Harry. You're a wizard. Okay. All right. Well, what else do we got here? In terms of questions.
We already mentioned Trevor's whole spiel, so I'll skip that one.
Nice spiel.
Okay. I can't
nice
see. Had
spiel,
a couple
Trevor.
questions, so I'll go off the first one. What is your favorite Hori split pad compact? Is that the one with like? It looks. I can't describe it.
It's impossible.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
The big chonker.
Yeah, it makes it almost long, to like too long. I feel like it'd be uncomfortable.
My answer is simple.
I don't
like any of these things. No, thank you.
I haven't liked them because
too big.
They're too large. Yeah, my hand already and my wrists. I got baby wrists, and they get tired very easily holding like my OLED. I have to have like a pillow supporting my hands.
Yeah.
And then for my Animal Crossing Switch, I have one of those. I can't remember the brand, but it's like it fits in it, and it makes it feel like a controller. And it's actually that I have one of those, and that's actually legit. Like I like that.
Yeah, I have I think it's like Skull and Co or whatever makes something like that. And I got one of those, and I like it, but I don't really use it that much, to be honest with you. I don't know. I had never even heard of this before, but just looking at pictures, I'm like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Too big.
I haven't used them, but I don't think I would like it. Now I like this second question. So what are your favorite Halloween, not spooky, not horror spooky, but what are your favorite Halloween themed indie games? I guess you can make them horror if you want to, but
Halloween themed. There's a game
Halloween
called
themed.
Pumpkin Jack.
Nice.
Pumpkin Jack is a fun kind of like if you like PS2 original Xbox kind of era, GameCube era, sort of like sort of like a 3D action platformer, sort of thing. It's very fun. I like that. That's kind of become a little bit of a Halloween tradition. Do a little Pumpkin Jack playthrough.
Nice.
I think Little Nightmares has to be mentioned.
It's a good one.
Cult of the Lamb.
Cult of the Lamb, yes.
Yeah, it's a good
Death's
one.
Door. I'm looking at the Wild at Heart, and it's not inherently Halloween, but it's kind of fall. Like the leaves are falling off, and it's kind of like there's kind of some dress up going on in there. Kind of neat.
I wish, why isn't the Costume Quest games? Why aren't those on Switch?
Yo, good one. That might be like one of the only like legit. That's a Halloween game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're not on Switch, but they should be. I don't know why they aren't.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion's a great one.
Yeah, good call. Totally.
There's it's basically just a story base, but you make choices throughout the game. Very simple, but I think it's very cheeky. It's called Little Misfortune. I've played it like 5+ times all the way through. I think I've mentioned it on the show before, but I have to like play it again in the fall. It's like an easy, quick game, but like the things that happen at the end, like what could occur, change based on your little choices. And you're playing as a little girl, and she curses, and I think it's hilarious.
Oh snap!
It's funny. It's like a little girl just saying a bad word.
Timeless classic.
I don't hate it.
She stubs her toe and she says F. Like, it's just funny.
Love that.
I love that.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I think we said some good ones. I know that I Can't See is playing Inscription right now, which is another good one. So yeah, I like it.
Those are our random miscellaneous questions. I think we should unpin our topic. I think it's time.
Okay.
It's time.
Is it time?
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
Nice. I think you'll get sued. I don't think you're allowed to say that one.
But I'm a female. It's fine.
It's true.
Fair.
Doesn't sound
okay.
quite the same.
So let's can we set the stage a little
Yes,
bit?
set it for us.
Set it.
Set it and don't forget it.
I'm gonna say this as like graciously, if you like, as I can. So we actually had applied for this topic to be a panel at PAX West. Sean and I came up with the idea, and we thought it was a good idea. This sort of plotting phase 1 of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. I won't get into the nitty gritty details, but you know, you all did not see us there at PAX West. Yeah, if you didn't notice, we were not there. And so we thought it would be kind of fun if we sort of Star Athena with a strange horticulture call out. That's an amazing game. We also so we thought this would be a fun idea to sort of bring out, especially now that PAX West, I think as of today, is done and dusted. Here we are kind of doing the panel that never got to exist.
Yes.
Here tonight on
Shall not be refused.
Yes. We'll make it happen. Come hell or high water, we'll make it happen. So
Pax was like, "Did you put that theme into the Goblet of Fire?"
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I'll
we'll leave
that's
it at
another
that.
story for another time. We'll leave it at
We'll
that.
leave it at that, yeah.
There's a lot to get into just there, but we'll leave that off of the public forum.
Patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.
Yeah. In any case, Sean, I know that I don't really know how we even want to start, because to be honest with you, I could have, written out this, Sean's got notes.
I got notes.
I'm so excited.
Sean has to go first because he is.
I'm so excited because
he is very prepared.
I thought we would sort of just, talk this out and sort of come up with something together that feels like something that would sort of make sense. Because, of course, the Super Mario Brothers movie came out earlier this year, made all the money. I think it's the second highest grossing animated film of all time at this point, which is wild. And so, spoilers, they're going to make more of these. And the Nintendo Cinematic Universe is something that a lot of people want. So it's kind of a fun thing to sort of talk out and figure out what this would kind of look like. So, yeah, I cannot wait to hear your notes, Sean.
Well, I don't know, maybe I might be building this up a little bit too much, but to pull the curtain back all the way, late last night, I did not sleep well last night, at all. I messaged our Nintendo Drive group, and I'm just like, guys, I'm feeling woefully underprepared for this topic because it's such a great topic. I'm like, I want to make sure that we do it right, especially with us throwing just a little salt at the whole not going to PAX thing. Let's really do it. But I'm pretty I do think that there's going to be people out there who go this doesn't make sense. There's another way to do this and blah, blah, blah.
Who cares if it doesn't make sense?
But I'm kind of I feel like maybe there's something here, and it's in my own kind of way, totally nonsensical. Probably doesn't make any, it doesn't really work, but I'm kind of happy with it. Not going to lie.
Sean,
I'm trying to bring things in.
What you got?
Sean,
Get to the plot, please.
What you did, Sean, was you wrote fan fiction. And it makes me very happy.
I did. I really did.
Without even knowing it.
Yeah, dude. Let's go.
Can I walk you through? Can we just okay? And feel free to jump in. But I do have kind of a through line here. Okay. All right. So this operates under the world of the Mario movie is already out, right? So we've kind of missed our chance for the Iron Man kind of situation to happen. The Iron Man kind of kicked off the MCU. Right, we're going to travel back to 2008 or whatever it was. Iron Man was a standalone movie. They just made that movie. What a cool character. But Iron Man before that movie wasn't anyone. It wasn't X-Men or Spider-Man or anything like that. If you weren't into comics, a lot of people didn't really think much of Iron Man.
Imagine that.
Robert Downey Jr. brought the character to life, and all of a sudden, kind of kickstarted this thing. Now, I just need to say, obviously, the Mario movie, as you pointed out, Seth, billion-dollar plus movie, we can't go back. We can't go to the point where you have that Iron Man kind of thing start things out. But we're living in a world where Mario's a thing, but I kind of still want to have an Iron Man moment to start things out as close as I can. And when I think about like where Iron Man was with Marvel, I believe that that's Metroid for Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
And I think we start with Metroid, and I think there's like this, dude, like I'm totally in this world of mine that I've created.
Yeah, baby, like, let's go.
There's this opportunity to find the perfect Samus in the same way that Robert Downey Jr. It was born to play Iron Man. Like there is a Samus out there. I haven't cast her yet. It's kind of what I was thinking. I'm not sure if it's her, but yeah, it's kind of
everything though.
Yeah,
well, the thing is, she wants to do it. Like she has campaigned openly to do it.
Would. I think it would be good. I think it would actually be very good. But I wanted to have something kind of spacey. Again, I'm gonna make people upset by saying like a B tier almost kind of character, like not coming right out with. I want people to want for Mario, want for Zelda and Luigi and all these other characters. So we start with Samus, and it's in space, which allows for like a little bit of a sci-fi feel and for weird things to tie in, because we have to plant the seeds, Seth. We need for other things to be able to kind of work their way in. How are we going to kind of connect all of this stuff? Maybe down the line, there's like a Pikmin thing, you know, maybe there's an Olimar thing. So that's the first movie. That's kind of all I'm just going to get started. Is we start with Metroid.
Okay.
It's unassuming, but you can kind of do some weird stuff. There's not the huge expectations because it's Metroid.
So I want to establish this too, because we operating under the assumption that, I mean, presumably the future movies will be made like with Illumination, animated in the style of the Mario movie.
Yes.
Presumably.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yes, good call. Sorry, Lockliff, go.
I just had a brilliant idea, but it's gonna go ahead, Sean. I can wait.
Is it gonna derail a little bit?
It's completely derailing.
Okay, well, we'll keep going. Pin it. Pin that.
Pin it.
Okay, so we have Metroid. It's weird. We've established a new character. It's very cool. Then we jump over to something seemingly unrelated, but it's the key to really starting to like bring this all together. The movie after Metroid is Splatoon. We're going to be in Inkopolis. Things are weird. There's a whole city to explore. We're going to follow like a Callie and Marie, or choose your own DJs, pop stars, that kind of thing. And while most people are kind of thinking like that's the focus of it, sure, but there's going to be 1 or 2 or 3 scenes of like the research that happens just off to the side. You know, whenever they do like the directs and like there's this research thing that's happening.
Yeah, the research lab.
Something strange is going to happen with this research that's going to kind of cause the multiverse, kind of the portals and whatnot. Maybe that's how things kind of get crossed over here. But it's in the weirdness of Splatoon that comes in this seemingly random set of movies. You got Mario, then you go to Metroid, like those aren't connected, not even all. Leave it to Splatoon to break it wide open with this weird research lab that they've got going on. So we're kind of edging the audience here, okay? Because you still don't have Mario. You still don't have
We're not there yet.
Yeah, okay.
Be patient. We'll pin it. That's still coming.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it was the choice of words for me is what it was, but okay.
Purposeful. Then the next year, in the same year, I want to kind of have like this really weird pairing of 2 movies happening in the same year, maybe bringing together 2 different audiences, maybe satisfying
the same
everybody.
Release year.
Same release year. Okay. Say 2026. Animal Crossing movie and Bayonetta. So you kind of get that like Animal Crossing Doom Barbenheimer kind of thing. And you're getting in the side mentions. People are kind of like, oh, what is that? What is that? And these visions of the experiments that were happening in Inkopolis start to show up on your island. Isabel makes mention of it just in passing. Like we've been seeing some weird stuff happening, but otherwise it's an Animal Crossing movie. Okay. And Bayonetta, all the weird stuff is happening there. And it's all in the post-credit scenes. So far we have 4 movies after the Mario movie. Okay. We're starting to bring things together. Then you hit with Mario Bros 2. And you got Yoshi because of the ending of the end scenes of the Mario movie. Spoilers.
Yeah.
I mean, Yoshis were running around in the thing anyway. So there's that.
Yeah. There are Yoshis.
Bowser is still small in this movie. Bowser's not the big bad in the second movie. Wario makes his appearance. The big bad is Wario. And let me just see. I need to check my notes here. Where did Peach come from?
Checks notes.
Yeah, checks notes. So you remember in the first movie, it's like, where did Peach come from? Is she like a human? Is she from or Mario? So at this point in time, the internet is starting to speculate. The internet is starting to wonder what seeds have been planted with the Inkopolis and the Bayonetta, and like, is there some sort of connection? And yes, at this stage in me running through this timeline, I am predicting the internet meta about the movies that we're talking about here. Not to talk about the movies and talk about what people are going to be saying. Because that's what Nintendo does, you see. They play us like a fiddle.
They do.
So we're going to be way off on that. We're going to be wondering about Peach. We're going to be completely way off. Let me check my notes again. Yes, we're plotting the pop culture meta too because Nintendo does this now. Yes, that's what. Post-credit scene of this Mario movie is Rosalina in space. Okay, wandering around in space, and she hears like almost like an SOS, some sort of hail over the radio, and it just so happens to be the same something that Samus says at the end of the first one of her movies. At the end of her movie, she's going to say something like, "I need help. I'm escaping here." At the end of the Mario movie, which happens like 4 years later, it connects it. Rosalina's in space. She hears Samus somewhere else, and she's like, "Set a course," and she's gonna go meet up with Rosalina, and that's the end of phase one. You're like, oh snap, these aren't just totally random movies. Rosalina and Samus, that's what's gonna happen. And then Splatoon has broken everything open. There's warp pipes, and the worlds are gonna start to collide because some crazy experiment happened. And Bayonetta's in there just because Animal Crossing needed a weird counterpoint in that year. Phase one.
So does it? Do you leave phase one off on that like cliffhanger of like leave them wanting more? Okay,
I
love it,
and it's in very much like the MCU fashion. That Rosalina thing, that's a post credit scene. Sure. Like the first time you saw Thanos was in a post credits thing. Yeah, and you're like, oh snap, like Infinity Stones. Oh
snap,
Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh snap, Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Oh snap!
Rybo, what writer's strike we have, Sean?
Bring this man to Hollywood.
It makes 0 sense at all. I like the idea of like seemingly random, just little bits for phase one. I don't want it to be what DC did wrong was like, we're gonna come out and it's gonna be so obviously a universe. This is try things out that's a little bit different. You don't know who's going to stand out in the Bayonetta movie or the Animal Crossing movie. You don't know what's going to happen. Just let the phase one be the thing with just enough to tie it together.
What writer's strike? We have Sean.
Exactly.
That was the moment though. Like Iron Man came out, and Iron Man was like this thing that like nobody knew what to expect. It was Jon Favreau, it was Robert Downey Jr. So it had like these kind of big names. Jeff Bridges is the villain, these big, like these real actors and directors and stuff taking it seriously. And it was such a surprise. And then when it's like Nick Fury is there talking about the Avengers initiative, we're like, hang on, what? Like, what does that mean? And then you wind up getting like, how wild was it when like Thor and Captain America got movies? These are household names now, but like that was truly a wild time. So I do like the idea of like these disparate things sort of connecting or being revealed to have connections. It's so funny. Like you like Splatoon was a total light bulb thing for me because it's occurred to me that I've thought about this sort of thing for a while, and Splatoon has never entered into my calculus for some reason. What a perfect animated movie that would be.
Anything can happen. You can go into, I actually really struggled with that one. Like, what do you follow? Is it, you could just have a Splatoon movie. It'd almost be too niche to just do the research thing. But like, that's why I think it's just off to the side. You could follow the squid or a kid. Like what if it was just like a kid just trying to be a kid, but like, is he a squid? Like what's life like that?
Is he a kid now or is he a squid now? Right.
I don't know. So like Splatoon it's weird because it's a very, I don't know, almost like one-dimensional. It's like, you know what you're getting when you play Splatoon, but it's got a lot to it.
A ton of lore. Ton of lore.
Yeah, it's all there.
So I want to bring in Animal Crossing a little bit more deeply than Sean's lore here.
It's just there.
I had nothing planned for this, y'all. Like the light bulb, you heard the gasp in my voice. Like I thought of it as Sean's describing these things. So going back to, we're not sure where Peach came from. You see her leave a pipe, and the toads kind of take her in. Well, what's on the other end of that? I think it was an Animal Crossing island. She was just dropped off. She's fresh. She's new, kind of like a baby in a way.
Aww.
And in Animal Crossing New Horizons, you have warp pipes. And maybe she got one. Maybe her mom sent her one in the mail. Maybe some random.
They did bake in the warp pipes.
Yeah. Maybe she bought one. It was in the Nook's store, whatever. She placed it. She just hopped in, and that's where she ended up.
Can you imagine, like, writing canon?
But you have this whole. But then you have this whole thing of her living life on the island and all that, and maybe through the pipe system, maybe it makes her into an actual baby. Maybe she's not when she enters, but there's some sort of time system.
She gets Benjamin buttoned.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, and then kind of forgets, but like as she's getting older, she gets flashes of like maybe animals, and she's like she doesn't know if she's like a human. She always wonders why she's always been different, and it's because she was dropped on an island with two animal friends and has to pay all this debt to a man named Tom Nook and doesn't know why.
Tom Nook's still looking all these years later. You still owe me.
Where's my money? Give me my money.
You're a princess now. You can cough up.
Yeah. Animal Crossing could just be one of the cutest damn movies of all time.
Totally.
And it has all of the Mario items in Animal Crossing New Horizons. The whole Peach outfit is there. Like
Animal Crossing would be a great movie.
It would. Yes. Well, and the thing about Animal Crossing too that I think is quite unique to it when it comes to other Nintendo properties is they have in like so many ways canonized other Nintendo properties to the point where like in the old Animal Crossing games you could just play like an NES and just play like all those games in there. Like these things do exist in the world of Animal Crossing, right? So, yeah.
However, 32. Who are her parents? Exactly. Like, you never know. Like, first off, you never get a letter from your dad. It's always just your mom.
Yeah. That's true.
See? The speculation.
There's so much lore there. I want to know.
I think one thing that's interesting is because I think the approach that they're taking with this is kind of similar to what Sean's saying. Like, if they do end up doing this, they've made it very like low key. They've made it very not obvious, but also kind of obvious because the canon in the lore of the Mario movie is that the warp pipe is like this strange interdimensional meeting place where you could go to like all kinds of different places. Who knows where Peach came from, right? Who knows who her parents are? My thought process, and I've thought this for a while when we get to the Super Mario Brothers movie 2, is that I think that Rosalina is probably her mom. I think they're going to canonize that. That's been my kind of fan theory for a little while. And I think that it's going to be a story about kids. Like, I think that like Bowser Jr. gets involved, and stuff like that, like kind of about the roles of parents and things like that. And Rosalina, they love making Rosalina a villain. So it'd be kind of interesting.
What's the MacGuffin?
The MacGuffin. What's the MacGuffin?
I know what that is now.
Yeah. So it could be interesting because, Bowser at the end of that movie is still in kind of captivity. It'd be kind of interesting if all of a sudden it's like Bowser Jr. is a thing. And maybe, the answer to the whole question of, well, who's Bowser Jr.'s mom, blah, 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 is Bowser Jr. could be like an adopted son, sort of thing. Like, and, that he could be sort of in that sidekick role, bust him out. It could even be an interesting commentary if they decide to canonize that like Wario is related literally to Mario, which has been a theory for a long time. Then you work Wario into the movie too. So, there are a couple thoughts that I've had about that. But I like the notion of these sort of space themed properties connecting in that way. The notion that Metroid would cross over with this Mario Galaxy sort of thing with Rosalina. At the same time, Splatoon is a post-apocalyptic story. Like Splatoon takes place in post-apocalypse Earth. And so, everybody has this whole multiverse, fetish right now, frankly, for all of these multiversal things. What you might not have even known, Sean, is Bayonetta 3 multiverse is like at the heart of Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
So like multiverse is like it's all over the place. So it would make perfect sense if like in another universe, the Splatoon movie is like, oh my God, this is what happens to Earth or Brooklyn or whatever all this time in the future. And here you are with like all the Splatoon shenanigans going on.
Can we add in all the Kirby planets then? Kirby
makes sense too, because that's also in space technically. It's on planets. It's in Planet Popstar, right?
Hi.
So there's a lot of stuff that like just even the concept of space allows with even just simply taking it there, and they've planted those seeds in the first Mario movie. It's a big world out there with a lot of galaxies, right? So like they've already kind of planted that seed, and I think everybody kind of knows. I mean, hell, the end credits song of the Mario movie is Gusty Garden Galaxy.
Yeah,
they introduced a Luma for a reason.
Yeah,
favorite character. In the movie.
Give it to me, Seth. It's actually making sense. Keep weaving. Keep weaving.
So like I think that whenever we get there, I think we are going to space. I think we are getting Rosalina, and I think that like whenever like just having that. And maybe it is something like Sean's saying, it's the long con, it's like the slow burn, it's the, planting the seeds and stuff. But that stuff, Pikmin makes sense in space as well.
Yeah.
All of these kind of Nintendo properties, F-Zero makes sense in space.
Oh, yes.
Like,
Star Fox.
Star Fox,
People are
absolutely.
screaming at us. Like, what if you hear like these little things just in the background? Like, so they're
barrel.
They're got like some sort of radio, whether it's Samus or it's when Rosalina is kind of tuning in. Like, and you hear all these other things. Maybe there's a little Pikmin sound effect, or just a little like that. The music was kind of sounds like a echoing kind of sound effect. I don't even want to make this, but yeah. Man, there's so much there in space of all places. Yeah. I like it a lot. I didn't know Bayonetta well enough to specifically say the portal thing, but that is kind of what I was like. Things can kind of like shoot in and out. But yeah, like I want it to be clever. I don't want it to be like beaten over our face, like the two characters just like bump into each other, like, I guess we're in this world together now. Like that's anybody can do that. Flash.
Yeah. I didn't see the new Flash movie, but I've heard some things. I
haven't seen it.
But that concept though too, like they really have like subtly baked in a lot of things that could bridge a lot of these gaps. They have teased space, they've teased galaxies, they have warp pipes, which very clearly can go to other dimensions or whatever. So all of a sudden you really do have this like baked in little thing with like a post-credits tease, for example, of a Zelda movie, right? If they end up doing the Zelda movie, which I'm sure they will, if the post-credits tease was simply somewhere in Hyrule there is a warp pipe, like just that alone bursts open the door of possibility.
Oh, see, you know what I was thinking before? So it's almost like, what if phase 2 is almost like the other side? Like almost like leave phase 1. Could be. It's almost like phase 1A and there's a phase 1B. And in phase 1B, this is going a little out of our scope here. Like it's not until we get to 2 where things actually start to come together. But you need a whole other side of this universe where you've got the Link and Zelda, and Fire Emblem as an example. Like I think those start to come together just with the horses and the swords and those kinds of things. Maybe Xenoblade is in there as well. That kind of thing. That's an interesting point, because Nintendo in their stable does have like a little bit of a dividing line of like, this is our science fiction properties, and these are our like fantasy properties. Yep. Right. That's kind of the other thing. And then we're like Mario and Donkey Kong, maybe that's where things really start to come together. But like maybe Mario is the headliner of 1A, Zelda, Link, are the kind of the headliners in 1B, and then you've got all these other weird things happening.
Celeste on an ACNH island, just looking up at the stars and seeing all the things happening.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be so sick.
This is such an if we ran Nintendo kind of thing, because this is not what's going to happen. And I'm
of course not
heartbroken. Yeah. Like, I'm getting so excited by this, and it's like, that's not what they're going to do.
In some of the older Animal Crossing games, Gulliver comes to your island on a ship, like a spaceship.
Oh, snap.
Oh, I didn't know it was a spaceship. That's cool.
Yeah, it's like a spaceship. I can't remember which Animal Crossing game it is, but yeah, that is a thing.
There you go. We figured it out. We busted it wide open. Gulliver's the connection there.
Well, what if he saw what if he saw things in the sky and he's like, what is that? And it's actually like
Celeste is always
entering.
Yeah, Celeste is always like stargazing, right? Gulliver's an interesting one because Gulliver will make little references and like Easter eggs to Nintendo stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So
there you
like
go.
Maybe Gulliver could be an interesting sort of character, like that sort of. I'm thinking of like that. This is so weird. This is the first thing that came to my mind. But the robot Ben from Treasure Planet, Martin Short's character in Treasure Planet, the robot that like loses his mind. Like for some reason, that's what I think of. Like the characterization of Gulliver, who has he's like a stranger in a strange land. He's been to all these different places, but he can't like remember any of them beyond just making reference to them and stuff. So I kind of love that.
So the very end of all of the cinematic universe is it all pans out to somebody playing Mario Paint, and it's some kid's creation, just putting it all together.
Last shot is just fly swatter.
Yep.
That'd be amazing. You know, it's funny because a lot of people sort of think that the crescendo like moment of this will be like Super Smash Brothers, which. Like, I think is cool and fine. I think, like, because, you know, Nintendo already does have that big crossover property, and Nintendo has never super cared to justify how that makes sense beyond the fact that these are toys that have, like, come to life, right? So, I don't think that's necessarily what they'll do, nor do I think, like, how interesting is a Super Smash Brothers movie, really? Like, it'd be cool to see them fight. But like
I like the scene of them fighting, but that doesn't need to be it.
Is that an hour and a half?
Yeah,
movie.
That's
I don't know.
I mean, we got Mortal Kombat.
We did.
And Street Fighter.
And to that end, like I look at something like Marvel, like Civil War or something is sort of that on paper, but they managed to make a movie out of it, right?
Good call. Yeah.
You know. That might be something. I mean, people smarter than me will figure out how to make that work. But the weird and interesting thing about this too is that Pokemon is doing their whole thing, and it feels weirdly incomplete without Pokemon. But I also don't think that like what they would do is just say Detective Pikachu's coming in, baby, because like that just feels like a different thing.
Yeah,
you know,
it should be a different thing. I think that should be purposefully separate. Yeah. Kind of like how like X-Men was weirdly separate, for the longest time. Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's hard not to look at like Illumination's work on the Mario movie and be like, how is this not a Pokemon? Like, how is Pokemon not getting this kind of treatment? You know, and I like Detective Pikachu, but like Detective Pikachu is like a weird like fever dream movie. Like seeing really Pokemon and I liked it too. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But like it doesn't like it does feel weird that it's like kind of the squeaky wheel of everything else because they're so clearly moving toward because what's actually going to wind up happening, we're speculating, we're having fun and stuff, but really they're just Luigi's Mansion movie, Donkey Kong movie, Yoshi and the sequel or whatever. Like they're going to start I think quite small or like I guess a little bit more obvious. They're going to play it I think kind of close to the vest, but that's the kind of stuff that we're going to see, at least in the short term. What I will say...
Huge nods to the game. Like, you really had Mario, like, going on a 2D plane, jumping through stuff in the Mario movie. Like, that you had that. You had platforming in the movie. So, yeah, totally. I imagine similar with all these other franchises.
Yeah, I mean, like they so clearly... Like, Luigi's Mansion was so clearly set up. They put Luigi in the scary mansion with the flashlight. Like, they so obviously set that up for what that is. You know, Donkey Kong is so obviously going to get his own movie and everything. And by the way, they set it up with like Mario Kart being what the Kongs do and stuff. There's totally going to be like Diddy Kong Racing. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff is going to be like part and parcel.
Smash in the movie too, really.
Technically, yeah. Kind of a Smash-esque thing.
And I'm glad you brought it up because it allows me to at least like put this out there in case it wasn't maybe obvious. I didn't say it certainly, but like I didn't want to do what was already kind of planted there.
Yes.
Like I think there's more obvious things to do, the things that make much more sense. Kind of saw that and I zigged it. Like that's a zig I zagged completely the other direction. That's where Metroid comes in. That's where you get Splatoon. Like because the obvious stuff is Donkey Kong.
But if you've learned anything from the lame story, then let's go completely different. Nothing obvious.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities, so many things that they could do. I would love. I have a really good time like imagining what Illumination would do with these worlds, like because something like Metroid, like it would make all the sense in the world to make that live action, but that most likely isn't what it's going to be. So like, what is the kids movie version of Metroid? And I do sort of like thinking about that because it's an interesting challenge to make something that is a kids movie that also should appeal to adults. Yeah. It is an interesting challenge. And that's something that like, man, if I could have any like job in the world, I would love to like, write for something like that. Cause I find that so fascinating. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of thoughts, a lot of things that could happen.
I like it.
Yeah.
Super fun, man.
I could do this all day. I mean, I've done this for the past like 18 years of my life. So
I might just go ahead and continue writing. Honestly,
we have
Seth.
a 6-minute lore from Seth in previous episodes if you want to check that out.
It's like your first episode, second episode.
I came in hot.
Like week 3 of Seth and he spoke for 6 minutes. Yep.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I'll throw this out there too, because somebody, who was it? Was it Awesome Dave? Yeah, Awesome Dave said with the Nintendo Cinematic Universe becoming something, they will have to, of course, have an Avengers-like collab movie with Sakurai as the Nick Fury of the universe, but then who would be their Thanos? He mentions Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2. Super Mario Bros. 2 introduced a concept that I always thought was super underutilized in Mario, and that's Subcon. This world of dreams, that I always wished that there would be like a Mario game set again in Subcon, because there's so many possibilities with that. Like, imagine a Mario game that is basically Psychonauts. Like, I'm all about that, man. That would be so cool,
Just a step away with the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
That's
really
true.
Mario 2, yeah.
Yep. So, I just wanted to shout that out, because I do really respect the Wart call out. Awesome Dave. So... anyways, I could talk about this all night, y'all.
Speaking of cool, y'all want to see something cool?
I do.
Something that I got in the mail today. I know Fae Farm comes out on Friday. I will be playing it this Friday. Get excited. But another game that comes out at the end of September is Paleo Pines.
Yes, dinosaurs!
And speaking of dinosaurs, I have a lucky glass.
That's so cute.
He is the main dinosaur you get in Paleo Pines.
I want one.
I bought this myself. It was a limited run or limited edition. You could have gotten a lucky plush or a lucky glass, and I wanted a glass.
A great glass.
And I'm glad it came in not broken.
One piece.
Yeah, right.
That's
like a highball glass.
It was in a pretty large glass. I mean, I could
drink like whiskey out of that.
I could do some post-show content with whatever liquids I drink on that show.
Whenever you stream Paleo Pines later this month, have like a big old rock in there with like some whiskey and
I'll get one of those like special like ice cubes, either the orb one or the big like cube, and make.
I have an orb
one
mold.
Cube.
Do you really
in there?
Yeah.
I used to.
We're slipping into the post show here, guys.
Oh yeah, we'll get.
Anyways,
we maybe pin that for post show. I had a little bartender stint there, Sean.
Yeah.
Oh.
Same. I still have my little orb thing.
Yeah, same here. Me too. Totally. Yeah, I fit in.
Now I've got a cute little glass that I can enjoy my beverages in, and I will probably be drinking out of this, especially for day one. So yeah,
I can't wait for that game.
I am too. I'm excited. Farming sim with dinosaurs, as they say.
Yes, I put Lucky to work in that demo when I played that. Lucky
I didn't play it enough. I didn't want to spoil too much. I'm excited for the full like Switch experience because we only played it on
tired.
Steam.
Let me tell you, Lucky stayed tired. Lucky was clearing out rocks.
Yeah,
Lucky was
true.
because you know how in like Stardew Valley or something, Sean, you have to like clean up your plot of land or whatever.
Yeah.
In this one, you have to use your dinosaur to do it.
Yep, you can use them to water your plants and all those things too, and you get more like Dino pals.
Lucky was like, put me out of my misery, man. Lucky was like...
energy was low for Lucky on Seth's farm.
Yeah. Energy was in crisis.
But I'm super excited about it, and I just got that in today. So yeah, that's my physical for the week, y'all. You'll see more of that content.
Could have been looking up my Switch friend code this whole time.
You could have, but instead I will go with Sean. Where can people find you?
Switch, you can find me on Switch online, SW687902366588, or you can follow me on Twitter at Sean Capri. Sean like Connor Capri like the pants. That's me.
Twitter.
And at Extra Life. At Twitter. I almost said Twitch, so I paused.
Yeah.
Redirected.
I love it. That's great.
Mid-word.
Seth.
Okay.
Did I give you enough time?
It did give me enough time. My Switch friend code is SW411280613454. You can add me at your convenience on the Nintendo Switch via my friend code. And then on Twitter, you can add me at $2 Hero or follow me, I guess is what you do there. At $2 Hero on Twitter.
Oh, there it is. It's a thing.
I'll start it off with Twitter. You can find me at LocklithTWT. Or on Instagram or YouTube at Locklith. And I'm going to give you the middle 4 numbers of Locklith 2 this week.
I always forget about this bit until we get here. Every week I forget about it. I'm hearing it for the first time.
Because I finished off the other codes. So I'm going to give you the middle 4 numbers, 2195 of Locklith 2. You'll get maybe the first 4, the last 4, maybe the rest of it next week. We'll see. You just have to stay tuned.
I want to see somebody's notes, like somebody's notepad that they're keeping.
People have added me on Locklith and Locklith 3 in the past week, and I think it's because they got the final codes.
Oh, man. That's so good.
So I love this. So 2195 is your middle 4 digits. Just hold your thoughts, your feelings, your love for next week
when I may show like this.
Absolutely nobody.
No one.
We
Zero
barely are.
people. There's
no one. So. Yeah, why are you here? But while you're here, thank you for hanging out with us today for today's episode of the Nintendo Drive. Bump that like button if you haven't already, and fuel this carpool in the comments below with I don't know, your wild and crazy dream of how to conjoin the Mario movie with your favorite Nintendo franchise. Let us know in the comments, and we might bring it up next week on next week's show. Let us know.
We might forget about it altogether.
We might pin it and forget it. But join us in Discord as well. That's another thing, because we always ask for questions every week. If you didn't know, now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the new Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like the stream and subscribe here on YouTube, and follow us at Carpool Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you liked what you saw and want more, be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.